Basketball fans, welcome back. So the Basketball Africa League playoffs and finals tape off in 2 days, and there are a couple of things that uh, I want to talk about. And in the previous video, I talked about the classification games, what we saw a bit in the Nile Conference, and the final seedings that were there based on the point differential. But now the playoff schedule has been released for the classification games, and you might be asking yourself, uh, what is this all about? Why aren't we going direct to the quarterfinals to see who's gonna play? Because we already know the number one to number eight teams. So the classification games were introduced last year because there are different teams coming from different conferences, and the Basketball Africa League wants to know who's the right number one seed, who's the right number two seed to all the way to the eighth seed, and they can't do that just based off point differential. So the teams have to match up against each other from different conferences, and you have the schedule as you can see that shows who's the true number one to number eight seed. So even I can pick an example of the matchup between Al Ali Tripoli and Al Ittihad. So both teams finished off with a 6-0 record, and the reason as to why Al Ali Tripoli had they were ranked higher or above Al Ittihad despite having similar records with the point differential that they had. So the Basketball Africa League has set it up in a way that teams that have similar records or close to damn near similar records, they have to match up against each other so that you can be able to know who's the true number one to number eight seed before we go to the quarterfinals. So I mean, this is a very good way because at least teams will have one game before getting into the quarterfinals immediately. So this setup, I must say, it just gives us a glimpse of what we can expect from these teams because we have not seen the teams like the Al Ittihad play for a while now, for over 1.5 months, and you have not seen you have not seen Al Ittihad, River Hoopers, the FS Rabat team play in a while. We've recently just come off seeing the APR and Al Tripoli play. Those are the only two Nile Conference teams that made it. So it's very important to just understand, just have a good feel of how the games are. And luckily enough, the classification games are there. So after the classification games, that's when we'll see the quarterfinals teams. The brackets get set in, and it will be a one-game knockout. And the teams that make it to the finals, there'll only be one champion that is crowned. So yeah, I mean, this is high octane. I mean, the Sahara conference was by far the hardest conference I saw. Into I can even say it was by far the most balanced. And the FS Rabat team were able to sneak in with the last final place, third place team. And I must say, I was very excited to see that. And this situation that we have right here, we're going to see all these teams battle it out for the finals. And it's going to be fireworks because every single time when it comes to postseason, every single game matters. The other conference games we had, it's a round robin. Every single team played 6 games each. And looking at how things are progressing, we're going to see a lot of surprises. And BAL this year has been very wide open. I don't think there's any clear favorites inside. I know the Petro de London team want to go back to back and win their second title. US Monster want to go and win their second title. The first time they won their titles in 2022 in BAL Season 2. Petro de London coming off a championship win last year. And all the other teams are yet to go ahead and sniff the finals. And the only two finals teams that have made it and won it are Petro de London and US Monster. And I can even say from this list of teams, they are by far the oldest teams that have competed in every single BAL. All the others have been trying their shot, but they have not been able to make it. But first timers in the postseason, we have Creole Star, we have Al Tripoli, Al Ittihad, and APR. APR were not able to make it to BAL Season 4 in the playoffs, and this one they have. And this one they're able to do it in convincing fashion, especially sinking in a game winner over my Nairobi Thunder. That was tough. But with all things considered, I expect fireworks in this one because Petro de London, did some key signings in there. They brought in some Kelosele. You saw APR bringing in Nuni Omot, which was in a blockbuster move. And there have been a few changes to their rosters and also their technical bench as well. Not necessarily personnel changes, but also tactic changes, because the teams that you have to look out for in this one are the North African teams, because those teams have been dominant for the past three BAL championships, from BAL season 1 to BAL season 3. North African teams have been dominating the Basketball Africa League scene, and I don't think there is a lot of change that can happen this season, because the only sub-Saharan team to win the championship was Petro de Luanda in BAL season 4. Can that happen again? We are not sure, because the only sub-Saharan teams that we're only seeing APR, Petro de Luanda there, River Hoopers coming in from West Africa. So US Monastir, Creole Star, Al Ahly Tripoli, Al Ittihad, and FS Rabat, all of them hail from North Africa. So the chances of a team coming from North Africa winning it, I mean, the odds are in their favor. And the other teams like Petro de Luanda, who look a bit different, but they're able to be a bit dominant in the conference games that they played. I mean, I'm not holding my breath on them going back to back, but hey, it is what it is. So I'm excited. I'll be giving you guys updates on this, but the major thing is classification games, just getting who's the true number 1 to 8 seed. That's the most important thing, because I get a lot of questions and people ask me, like, what's the reasoning of the classification games? So, I mean, in this video, it has offered more clarity, and I am loving the engagement on this platform, because it enables me to go ahead and create more content on this nature. So it is what it is. So do drop me your comments down in the comment section down below what you think about this. I mean, I will be dropping videos talking about the games and how it happened, how the games panned out in videos. So stay tuned to that, and I'm out. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace out.